Hello guys, and welcome to 4-Minute Mastery, where I teach you how to master a League of Legends champion in less than 4 minutes. On this episode, I'll be teaching you how to play Hecarim, the Shadow of War. Hecarim is often played in the jungle, but it's also common to play him in the top lane. His kit provides a lot of crowd control and heavy damage. He tends to be in the front line in teamfights and is extremely good at initiating. He tends to become tanky later in the game with high damage output. Now let's talk about Hecarim's abilities. Hecarim's passive is Warpath. He gains bonus attack damage the more movement speed he has. Hecarim's Q is Rampage. This does an area of effect damage to enemies. It does reduced damage to minions, and its cooldown is reduced by each enemy it hits, with a maximum of 2 enemies. Hecarim's W is Spirit of Dread. This creates an area of effect aura around him and does magic damage and heals Hecarim. It does reduced healing for monsters and minions, but unlimited healing for champions. Hecarim's E is Devastating Charge. Hecarim gains bonus movement speed and charges forward. His next auto attack knocks the enemy backwards. Hecarim's R, his ultimate, is Onslaught of Shadows. Hecarim summons shadows that dashes in one direction with Hecarim. He is immune to crowd control. He also does magic damage and causes nearby enemies to flee from him. This ability can also be used to jump over walls. Now let's talk about the items you should build on him. As a jungler, you would need Skirmisher's Saber with the Cinderhulk enchantment on it. Then, you should build Boots of Swiftness, as this will give you a lot of movement speed, which will give you extra bonus damage. Then, you should build a Trinity Force. After, you can build Dead Man's Plate for the extra armor and also health. Then a Spirit Visage to give you some magic resist and also cooldown reduction. And lastly, you should build a Guardian Angel on him, as he is an initiator, which means there's a high risk of him losing his life. So a second life is always handy. If you prefer to change the jungle item, you can also use Stalker's Blade and even enchant it differently if you want, depending on your playstyle. Hecarim is a great initiator and will usually start teamfights. His area of effect ultimate allows for him to apply crowd control onto the enemy team and leave time for his team to attack. His Q lets him deal a lot of damage over time due to its low cooldown. Hecarim has the ability to clear jungle camps very quickly, so players have to keep in mind that they have to gank lanes in order to get a lead in the game. Good positioning is also required for Hecarim to land his ability successfully. If played correctly, Hecarim can be a very useful asset to the team, as he can do a lot of damage and also take a lot of damage. Well, that's all for this episode. Good luck and have fun!